Hello everyone, this is Dr. Ashish Panchal, your biology need guru from Trisha Institute of Biology. बच्चों अभी हम जो चैप्टर पढ़ रहे हैं दैट इज ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन. उसमें हमने मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम फिनिश किया, फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम का डायग्राम भी किया. आज हम देखते हैं फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम क्या है. सो इन फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ द पेयर ऑफ ओवरी, देन fallopian tube, then uterus, then vaginal canal, external genitalia, and the accessory gland like mammary gland is present in the female reproductive system. So first part is the ovary. Okay, so look at here the diagram of the female reproductive system. So okay, so this is called the ovary. This one is ovary. Okay, now where the ovary is present, so ovary is present in the lower abdomen side. Location of the ovary is present at the lower abdomen, and the shape of the ovary is, it is almond shape of the ovary is almond shape. Okay, exactly ovary is located between the rectum and the uterus, is located between rectum and uterus. Okay. अगर हम ओवरी का सेक्शन लेंगे तो ओवरी द आउटर मोस्ट कवरिंग ऑफ ओवरी इज नोन एज द टूनिका अल्ब्यूजिनिया एंड द ओवरी possess the two part, one is the cortex and the medulla. Okay, so if we take the section of the ovary, so this is the section of ovary. So the outermost covering of ovary is known as the tunica albuginea, and the outer part of the ovary is known as the cortex. This part is known as the cortex and the central part is known as the medulla, and this portion is known as the hilum, through which the blood vessels get enter into the ovary. Now the ovary possesses the follicular cell. So this is the primary follicular cells. This primary follicular cells possess the number of germinal granulosa cell surrounding this primary follicular cells. Okay, this is known as the primary follicular cell. This primary follicular cell, upon the influence of FSH, it is converted into secondary follicular cell. It is converted into secondary follicular cell, then tertiary follicular cell, then it is converted into Graafian follicle. Okay, so here it possesses the double layer wall of the granulosa cell. This is called the secondary follicular cell. So this is known as secondary follicular cell. Then it convert into tertiary follicular cell. This tertiary follicular cell is theca externa, theca interna. Outside is known as the theca. Outside is known as the theca externa. Inside is known as the theca interna. And in a center it possesses the cavity. It is known as the antrum. Cavity is known as the antrum. The detail of this all about the follicular cell and the formation of Graafian follicle we will discuss in the oogenesis, but here we will discuss in a brief. So that is antrum, it's called the tertiary follicle. This is called the tertiary follicle, and this tertiary follicle get developed into the Graafian follicle, and in Graafian follicle it is the theca externa, theca interna. So here it possesses the theca externa, theca interna. Inside it possesses the secondary oocyte. This is called the secondary oocyte, and surrounding this secondary oocyte it covered by the granulosa cell. Okay, now this all event takes place due to the FSH hormone. Which hormone? FSH hormone. Now upon the stimulation of the LH, what happened? This Graafian follicle get ruptured and it is converted into corpus luteum, and this secondary oocyte is released into the fallopian tube. So the ovary possesses mainly two structures. One is the Graafian follicle. This is known as the Graafian follicle GF, and this is known as the corpus luteum. This Graafian follicle is responsible for release of estrogen hormone, and this corpus luteum is responsible for release of progesterone hormone. Okay, so this is all about the diagram में हम देखें तो that is the ovary, then उसके बाद this portion is known as the fallopian tube, then this is called the uterus, this one is the cervix means mouth of uterus, and this is called the vagina. Okay, वन बाय वन एक एक पार्ट हम डिटेल में करेंगे. तो यहाँ हमने क्या देखा, फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम में पहले क्या था, ओवरी. ओवरी इज प्रेजेंट इन द लोअर एब्डोमेन साइड. इट इज आलमंड शेप लोकेटेड बिटवीन द रेक्टम एंड द यूटेरस. ओके, एंड अगर ओवरी का हम सेक्शन ले तो सबसे बाहर क्या होगा, टूनिका अल्ब्यूजिनिया. उसका बाहर का जो थिक पार्ट होगा दैट इज कॉल्ड द कॉर्टेक्स, और मिडल पार्ट होगा दैट इज नोन एज द मेड्यूला. उसको क्या बोलते हैं हम, मेड्यूला. फिर उसमें oocytes होगा दैट विल कन्वर्ट इनटू प्राइमरी फॉलिकल, सेकेंडरी फॉलिकल, टर्सरी फॉलिकल एंड द ग्राफिन फॉलिकल. वो ग्राफिन फॉलिकल ल्यूटिनाइजिंग हार्मोन की हेल्प से कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. दिस ग्राफिन फॉलिकल इज रिलीज द एस्ट्रोजन एंड कॉर्पस ल्यूटियम रिलीज द प्रोजेस्टेरॉन. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द ओवरी. आज हम देखेंगे फैलोपियन ट्यूब, यूट्रस एंड द वजाइना. ओके, सो फर्स्ट फैलोपियन ट्यूब. So fallopian tube, it is the long tube like structure. Okay, the fallopian tube okay, it's a long tube like structure. It is a long tube like structure, and the fallopian tube is responsible for transportation of egg from ovary to uterus. And the structure of fallopian tube, it is ciliated epithelial tissue. It possesses ciliated epithelial tissue. Structurally, the fallopian tube possesses mainly three parts. This is known as the infundibulum. This is called the infundibulum. This swollen part is known as the ampulla. This is called the isthmus. Okay, and the finger-like structure here, the finger-like structure, it is known as the fimbria. This fallopian tube is not physically contact with the ovary. So this fallopian tube is physically do not attached with ovary. Okay, the infundibulum, it is the funnel like structure. So in the fallopian tube, the funnel like structure known as infundibulum. Then the swollen part known as the ampulla, and the part which is attached with the uterus, the part which is attached with uterus known as isthmus, and the finger-like structure known as fimbria. This fallopian tube is responsible for the fertilization and transport of egg. So function is it help in transport of egg, it help in the transport of egg and help in fertilization. And where the exactly fertilization takes place? The fertilization exactly takes place at the ampulla isthmus junction. So fertilization takes place at ampulla isthmus junction. Okay, so this is the fallopian tube. It's a long tube-like structure. The inner lining of the fallopian tube, it is possesses the ciliated epithelial tissue. Fallopian tube is physically do not connected or attached with the ovary. Fallopian tube has mainly three parts: infundibulum, ampulla, and the isthmus. It has the finger-like structure known as fimbria. It mainly responsible for the fertilization and the transport of egg. Okay, so this is all about the fallopian tube. Next video we will discuss the structure of the uterus and the vagina. Thank you. देखते हैं uterus. Uterus actually the uterus is also known as womb. It is also known as the womb. And where the uterus is located? The uterus is located between the ovary and the urinary bladder. So it is present between ovary and urinary bladder के बीच में होता है यूट्रस. Actually uterus is the inverted pear shaped organ. It is an inverted pear shaped organ. अगर आप यूट्रस को देखो कि अगर मैं यहाँ पर यूट्रस बनाता हूँ, so uterus actually it is like this. So it is the inverted pear shaped organ. Okay. So uterus is the inverted pear shaped organ. Okay. Now uterus actually the wall of uterus is divided into three layers. The outermost wall is known as the perimetrium. Outermost layer is known as perimetrium. Middle thick layer okay, this middle thick layer, so this layer is known as the myometrium. This is called the myometrium, and innermost layer is known as the endometrium. Okay, so there are three layers. So layer of the uterus are, first is perimetrium. It's the outermost layer and it provides the elasticity. That's why at the time of the pregnancy it may get enlarged. Okay, perimetrium, outermost layer, and provide the strength and elasticity. The second layer is called the myometrium. This is the middle layer and it is the thick. It is the middle layer and it is somewhat thick. It possesses the smooth muscle. It has smooth muscles. and they are responsible for the help in the baby birth, means it is help in the parturition, because at the time of the baby birth this myometrium get contract and baby will comes out from the mother body. So it help in parturition, and the innermost layer is known as the endometrium. The third innermost layer is known as endometrium, and this endometrium is the glandular layer, and it ruptured at every 28th day of the menstruation cycle, and it is bleed out from the body. So it is the innermost layer, and it is glandular, and it ruptured during menstruation. It shows the cyclic changes कि जैसे ही menstruation cycle होता है, it will be ruptured and again it will be formed. Okay, and here it passes the mouth of uterus. It is known as the cervix. It is called the mouth of uterus. Function क्या है uterus का? So the function of uterus is responsible for implantation of embryo and the development of embryo. So it help in implantation and development of embryo. Clear? So this is all about the uterus, known as the womb, present between the ovary and the urinary bladder. Also, it is the inverted pear-shaped organ. When we cut it, the layer, means when we cut the wall of the uterus, it divided into three layers. Outermost layer is perimetrium, provide the strength and elasticity. Middle layer is myometrium. It is made up of the smooth muscles and help in the baby birth. Innermost layer is called the endometrium. It is more glandular and it get ruptured at the time of menstruation flow. So it shows the cyclic changes during the menstruation cycle. Okay, and function is it help in the implantation and the development of embryo. Clear? So this is all about the uterus. The next part is vagina. So vagina, it's a muscular, short, tube-like structure. So vagina is the short, muscular, tube-like structure, and this vagina is the common passageway for the childbirth. जब चाइल्ड बर्थ होता है तो यहीं से वो मदर बॉडी के बाहर आता है. अगर menstruation flow है, that is also pass through this vaginal canal, and during the sexual intercourse the penis is also hold in the vagina. So the vagina, it is a common passage for childbirth and menstruation flow. Also during the sexual intercourse the penis is hold in the vagina. Also during sexual intercourse the penis hold by vagina. Plus the inner lining of the vagina possesses the lactobacillus bacteria, which convert the glycogen to lactic acid, and it maintains the acidic environment inner side of the vagina. So vagina inner lining release inner lining possesses lactobacillus bacteria, which convert glycogen to lactic acid, and it will maintain the acidic environment. Maintain the acidic environment. Clear? Now one more important thing, the inner side of the vagina, for an example, suppose here it is the vagina. Okay, and then inner side is uterus. So vagina, inner lining of the vagina possesses the hymen. It possesses the hymen. It's a physical barrier. Okay, so the inner side vagina possesses the hymen. Inner side, it has a barrier known as the hymen, and this hymen may get ruptured during the first sexual intercourse. It may get ruptured during first sexual intercourse. Okay, but it is not true, it is always ruptured due to the sexual intercourse. It may get ruptured due to horseback riding, then also it is due to vaginal tamponing, also due to the cycling, then swimming, as well as the swimming. Okay, exercise. These are the number of reasons through which this hymen get ruptured. That's why we cannot say the hymen is the sign of virginity. So it is not a sign of virginity. Okay, clear? Because it may get ruptured due to some other reason. Sometime after sexual intercourse this may get intact. कई बार ऐसा भी होता है कि फर्स्ट टाइम सेक्सुअल इंटरकोर्स के बाद भी वजाइना के अंदर जो हाइमेन होता है वो टॉन नहीं हुई होता. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द वजाइना. So vagina is the short muscular tube-like structure. It is common passageway for the childbirth as well as for the menstruation flow, and it also holds the penis at the time of the sexual intercourse. It has the it has the lactobacillus bacteria which convert glycogen to lactic acid and maintain the acidic environment. और inner side क्या होता है, उसमें hymen होता है. It's actually traditionally और बहुत सारे लोग ऐसा मानते हैं कि it's a sign of virginity, but it is not a sign of virginity because it is not torn at the time of sexual intercourse. It may be torn due to some other reason like horse riding, horseback riding, vaginal tamponing, swimming, cycling, exercise, stretching exercise, etc. Okay, clear? So this is all about the vagina. जो आज हम देखेंगे external genitalia of the female. So in external genitalia of the female possess the various part, like this is called the mons pubis, and mons pubis is the part which is covered by the fat. It is a fatty mass which is covered by the skin and it possesses the pubic hair. So mons pubis is the fatty mass covered by skin and it possesses the pubic hair. So in the mons pubis is the part of the female external genitalia which possesses the fatty mass which is covered by the skin and it possesses the pubic hair. Then in the female reproductive external genitalia it possesses the vaginal orifice. This is called the vaginal orifice, and vaginal orifice meaning it's an opening of vagina through which the baby can comes out, menstrual fluid get come out, and the penis is enter into the vagina through which canal. Then above the vaginal orifice it possesses the urethral orifice. It possesses the urethral orifice. and urethral orifice through which the urine is come out from the urethra. Okay, now in the lateral side of this orifice, it possesses the inner side, it possesses the labia minora, and the outer side it possesses the labia majora. This labia minora and the labia majora, the labia minora is known as the vestibule also. This is the two skin fold which is covered the vaginal orifice and the urethral orifice, and it covered the skin, means it is the two skin fold which cover the orifice of the vagina as well as the urethra, okay, and which protect the opening of the vagina and the urethral opening. Now at the junction of the labia majora, it possesses the clitoris, and the clitoris is the homologous to penis. Like in male, penis is the erectile organ, same way in female, clitoris is the erectile organ or the erectile in nature, and it is homologous to penis. It is homologous to penis, similar as a penis. Then this is called the anus opening. This is the anus opening, and the part between the vagina and the anus, it is known as the perineum. It is called the perineum. Okay, and surrounding this vagina, it possesses the surrounding the anus, it possesses the rectal gland. It has the rectal gland, and this rectal gland secrete the pheromones. It secrete the pheromones, and they are responsible for attract the male towards the female and female towards the male. Now here the green colored dot like structure, that is called the Bartholin gland. It is known as the Bartholin gland, and this Bartholin gland, it secretes the alkaline secretion which neutralize the acidic environment surrounding the vagina. Okay, so this is all about the external genitalia. Okay, in the female, main part is mons pubis, vaginal orifice, urethral orifice, labia minora, labia majora, clitoris, anus and the perineum. बच्चों आज हम देखेंगे मेमोरी ग्लैंड. So mammary gland actually it is present in both male as well as the female, but it is only activate in the female, means it is functional in the female. So mammary gland present in both male and female, but it is only functional in female. Okay, at the time of the puberty in female, the mammary gland, with the help of estrogen, the size of the mammary gland get increase. Okay, now the mammary gland possesses around 15 to 20 mammary lobes. This is called the mammary lobe. Okay, where the mammary gland is present, it is present on the chest part, and the muscles on which the mammary gland is present, it is known as the pectoralis major. The name of the muscles on which the mammary gland is present, it is known as the pectoralis major, and this is known as the ribs, cut part of the ribs. Okay, and this green color part, it is known as the fatty mass, or it is the fat. So in the female, okay, around how many? 15 to 20 mammary lobe, or it is called the lobules, are present, and it is around 15 to 20 in number. Each mammary lobules possesses millions of alveoli. This is called the mammary alveoli. This is called mammary alveoli. So this mammary lobules, it possesses the thousands of mammary alveoli. Each mammary alveoli is open into the duct. It is known as the mammary duct. So this is called the mammary duct. This is called mammary duct. So each alveoli is open into the mammary duct, and this mammary duct is at the anterior or a front part of each mammary duct. It possesses the swollen part. It is known as the ampulla. It is called the ampulla, or it is called the mammary ampulla. So now this each mammary duct is open into the mammary ampulla, and this mammary ampulla at the end it is open into the lactiferous duct. This is called the lactiferous duct. So each ampulla is open into the lactiferous duct, and through this lactiferous duct it open outside with the help of the nipple. This is called the nipple. Okay, and it is open into the nipple. Okay, surrounding this nipple there is a dark pigmented part. It is known as the areola. Okay, surrounding the nipple it possesses the dark pigmented part. It is known as the areola. So this is the part of the female breast, and the milk, actually the mammary alveoli, it is responsible for the production and storage of milk during the pregnancy, and after pregnancy this mammary gland is responsible for nourish her child. So the main functions of the mammary gland is, the function of mammary gland is nourish her child after pregnancy. So it help in the lactation. It help in the lactation. Lactation means it provide the milk to the baby, and this initial milk secreted from the mother, it is known as the colostrum, that we will discuss in the lactation topic in the end of this chapter. So here we will discuss the mammary gland. So mammary gland, it present at the chest part. It present in both male as well as the female, but in female it is functional, in male it is only namesake. Okay, in female at the time of the puberty the size of the gland is increased with the help of the hormone estrogen, and this estrogen is responsible for enlargement of the chest part, and it is called the breast. The breast possesses the various part like mammary lobules. There are around 15 to 20 mammary lobules are present in each breast. Also this each mammary lobules or the lobe possess the number of red color alveoli are there. Okay, this alveoli is responsible for the storage as well as the production of the milk. This alveoli is open into the duct. The duct anterior part is the swollen. It is known as the ampulla. Ampulla open into the lactiferous duct, and this lactiferous duct open into the nipple. Okay, so this is all about the mammary gland, and this mammary gland is helping the nourish to her child as well as it provide the milk to the baby. Thank you. In next video we will discuss the gametogenesis. Thank you.